everybody. Welcome to Make It Monday. My name is Leslie and I'm the Reading Machine Coordinator for Monterey County Free Libraries. Today I'm going to take you through our June activity bag. This is for our first activity bag of June. We're going to have two. This bag was made possible by the Foundation for Monterey County Free Libraries. We are so appreciative. This is a really cool project and I'm just going to talk through what you will need in order to make a homemade kaleidoscope. Okay, so first of all, you are going to need, this is what's already in your bag, okay? You're gonna need a cardboard tube, a piece of mirror sheet, cardstock, okay, a bendy straw, a pack of crayons, and a pair of scissors. There are some other supplies that you will need as well that aren't included in the bag. You're gonna need a pencil or a pen, something that you can use to write and also use the sharp end for poking holes. You're gonna need, this is optional, but I find it helpful to use a ruler or a straight edge. You are definitely going to need some tape, and I am using this mug specifically to measure because we're going to be drawing some circles. That's why I have this. That's the only reason. You can use anything else besides a mug. So anyways, get your materials together and meet me back here and we'll get started. All right, the first thing we need to do is we need to take this mirror sheet and we need to make it smaller, okay? This thing is way too big. It's supposed to fit inside this cardboard tube, right? And so in order to do that, this tube is much smaller than this is. So we're gonna have to cut this down, and I have measured it because I've done this project several times. We're gonna have to measure this and cut it down to 3.5 inches, okay? This thing's about 7 inches long. Yeah, it's about 7 inches. So if we cut it in half, then it should be perfect to fit inside our cardboard tube, okay? It is important to mention that if you are not able to get it to fit inside your tube, it'll work without the tube. So let's go ahead and measure this. So we're here at 3.5, which is about half the size, and I'm marking that right there so that I know where the 3.5 mark is. I'm going to measure this, okay, and draw a line because I want to cut straight. All right, so there's my line. I'm going to cut it now. Okay. Also, we want this to be the same, the tube and the mirrored sheet to be the same length. You can see the mirrored sheet is a little too long. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it down so it'll fit inside the tube. The best way to do that, I'm just gonna show you right here, is to kind of eyeball it. I'm gonna do a little mark right here, and then I'm gonna cut this part off right here, just so it's a good enough size to fit in our cardboard tube, okay? I also want to note here that if you're feeling weird about cutting up your mirrored paper, because I gotta admit, the first time I did this project, it took me a few times. Practice on a sheet of paper. That way you get the dimensions right. And then do the final with your mirrored sheet, just so you end up like wasting your mirrored sheet. Ask me how I know, been there, done that. Okay, this is a 3.5 inch mirrored sheet, and we are going to divide it into 3 equal strips, okay? So if you take 3.5 divided by 3, you're gonna get about a little over 1 inch. So I'm just gonna mark this here, and then I'm gonna measure again and mark this here. Okay, we're gonna get some good practice with measuring there. So there, you can see, are my marks where I'm gonna cut. Okay, so now we have our 3 pieces of mirrored sheet. They're more or less equal. And now what we're going to do is we're going to tape them together. You see how there's a little bit of space in between each piece? We don't want them to be completely together because we want them to be able to fold, but we're gonna take a piece of tape and we're going to tape them together with just a little bit of space in between. And we're gonna do that with the other one too. And then with this, we're going to make what's called a prism. Okay, and so we're going to fold this up. You want your mirrored part to go to the inside. We're gonna fold this up and we're gonna make something that's called a prism, okay? So then we're gonna grab another piece of tape and put it right here along the top. And there we have our prism. I can shove it in there like this. There we go. That's the hardest part. The next thing that we're going to do is we are going to take our Bendy straw and we are going to cut off this end of it, the bendy part, okay? So maybe cut it way a little bit further down past the bend, you know? And then we're going to tape it to here so that the bendy part is like hanging over, okay? So get your tape it on here just like this, and you've got your little bendy straw. The next thing that we are going to do is measure some circles using, for me, I'm using this mug, and I'm gonna take my pencil and I'm gonna use the mug on my cardstock to make some circles, right? To trace some circles. And I'm gonna make 3 of these. You're gonna cut them out, okay? So just cut out all of your circles. Then use your pencil to cut a hole, to punch a hole in the middle, okay? I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna just push the pencil through because we want this hole to be nice and big because the straw needs to fit through it, okay? So we've got our hole there, and now we are going to color. I think that you can make your thing all one design, but it's more interesting when you turn it. You're gonna turn this to see different designs, right? So maybe think about dividing it into quadrants, you know, and one quadrant has wavy lines and one has polka dots, and you know, just cool stuff that you can do. Just like imagine that you're just doing some fun little patterns here, right? You can do whatever you want. And I just need my yellow. And I will draw some yellow cloud-like things. And then what you do is you take this and you stick it onto, you stick the straw, the bendy part of the straw that's hanging down, and you, like that. Okay, you push it up close to your toilet paper tube, and then you spin it around like this. And when you look through, I wish you could see. It's like, it's not going to be as cool looking at it like this, because you have to put your eye really close to it, but you can kind of see how it's working. It's very cool. It is really just like looking through a normal kaleidoscope. So, and then you can make other designs with your other circles. Like you can just experiment. You could write names. You know, you could do whatever, you know, it's all like whatever you want to do. All right, that was super fun, right? Here's my finished kaleidoscope. Yours will probably look similar. Remember, you can do whatever designs you want here. You can even paint this tube if you want to. Just make sure you do it before you get started on the rest. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me for this Make It Monday. I do hope that you enjoy this project. Yes, you will be able to grab these bags at your local branch. So if you do this project, please post it on social media and tag us. We would love to see what you do with it. They're always so fun to see everybody else's take on it. And in the meantime, everybody, thank you so much again for showing up. Thank you to the foundation for your support, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.